Hello, everyone. My name is Tiara Lester, and I am the Sustainability Program Administrator for Frederick County Government's Division of Energy and Environment. It is really an honor to be here today, and I'm thrilled to share with you the exciting and impactful work that we're doing to convert equitability ideals into action. For those of you who may not be very familiar with Frederick County, we are the largest county by land area in the state of Maryland, made up of urban, suburban, rural, and even mountain communities. We are also one of the fastest growing counties in Maryland. This growth has enhanced our diversity, and our population of over 293,000 people come from a broad spectrum of cultures, backgrounds, and lived experiences. As our county grows and evolves, it brings both incredible opportunities and complex challenges. Some of the most pressing issues are those related to environmental justice and equity. In 2022, Frederick County's County Executive Jessica Fitzwater established 3 core values of her administration, which were inclusion, sustainability, and accountability. Our division's work really embraces these priorities. We understand that a truly sustainable future cannot be achieved without direct engagement with our community to better understand what challenges our most vulnerable residents face. We're committed to addressing these issues head on, and we strive to continually assess the impacts of our programs to provide transparency and ensure equitability. Our mantra is sustainability is for everyone. To manifest that, we have had to reassess our past work, reallocate our budgets, and reconfigure staffing and schedules to balance regional climate goals and the needs of our residents. That requires a well-defined strategy. One product of this work is the Green Homes Program, which is the foundation of our environmental justice efforts. This program turns our sustainability ideals into practical applications. It employs several initiatives to achieve 4 key goals: equitability, partnerships, accessibility, and attainability. Many Going Green initiatives have traditionally appealed to a specific or limited population. The Green Homes Program is for everyone. We want everyone to see the relevance sustainability plays in their lives, from knowing the quality of the air they breathe and the health of the streams they live near, to understanding how conserving energy also lowers their bills, and getting help to convert green information into everyday actions they can feel good about. Our programs and services are designed to meet the needs of those who may have the hardest time adapting their households to more sustainable practices. In order to reach everyone across our community, we must have partnerships to help amplify our work, make our messages more approachable, and be where our constituents are. Our sister government agencies to community organizations, businesses, and churches, our partners are critical to demonstrating the relevance of sustainability programs and making them available to everyone. To be available to everyone, we have to be out in the community. We have to understand the needs, concerns, and hardships our residents face and be willing to reduce any barriers that may prevent them from going green. We have increased our efforts to be at more diverse locations and community events, to translate our flyers, to make program applications easier to use, to make our display and printed materials more eye-catching, and to solicit feedback from our partners and participants. We recognize that every household has different needs and goals when it comes to going green. We offer practical actions that fit into people's real lives, and we provide assistance finding and enrolling in relevant programs. From tax incentives to group purchasing discounts, appliance rebates to free home improvements, we truly believe that sustainability is for everyone, and we are here to make that happen. We are a small staff with a rapidly evolving organizational structure and strategy. We only became a division in 2022. Some of the keys to our success have been our partners, our dedicated and enthusiastic staff, a supportive county leadership, a desire to innovate, and a little grant funding. As Sustainability Program Administrator, I leveraged funding to develop the Green Homes Program. which is a larger initiative that has several specific programs to help make sustainability an equitable and attainable goal in our community. One of the standout initiatives within the Green Homes program is our Green Compass initiative. This program employs navigators, staff, and trained partners who connect residents with available resources and services through one-on-one support. The Green Compass Navigator plays a crucial role in reducing barriers, working closely with individuals to assess their needs, including household income, family size, and identifying specific challenges they may face, such as weatherization, solar renewable energy, or home repairs. The navigator then helps match residents with the appropriate programs, offering assistance with applications, and ensuring they get connected to the right resources. This initiative also serves as a community education tool, hosting events in schools, churches, and local organizations to spread awareness about sustainability and available resources. Green Compass's success is made possible by working hand in hand with more than 50 formally recognized green partners. This program demonstrates the power of collaboration and building partnerships with other organizations to extend our reach. Whether it's providing support for community events, making referrals to other service partners, or sharing information about our programs, these partnerships are essential in ensuring that we engage as many residents as possible and make sustainability relevant to their reality. Our partnerships are the cornerstone to a sustainable, equitable, and climate resilient future for Frederick County residents. By working collaboratively with communities, businesses, and organizations, we unlock innovative solutions that are not only effective, but also inclusive and long lasting. True resilience is built when diverse perspectives come together to drive meaningful change. Sustainable progress is only possible when those most affected by environmental challenges have a voice in shaping policies and projects. Centering local needs and lived experiences ensures that solutions are both relevant and impactful, fostering stronger, more adaptive communities. Collaboration is much more than just working together. It is a catalyst for bold action, an amplifier of resources, and a foundation for lasting transformation. By leveraging collective expertise and shared commitment, we can turn climate risk into opportunities that promote environmental health, economic prosperity, and social well-being. Together, we have the power to create a future where sustainability and justice are inseparable, ensuring that no one is left behind. Through intentional partnership and innovative action, we can build communities that thrive today and remain resilient for generations to come. Building Community Together is a dynamic collaborative work group facilitated by us in the Division of Energy and Environment, uniting government agencies, community organizations, and regional partners in a shared mission to create healthier, more sustainable home environments. By fostering cross-sector collaboration, this initiative bridges gaps in services and ensures that communities have access to the critical resources they need. With a focus on holistic support, Building Community Together coordinates and streamlines essential services such as home weatherization, energy efficiency rebates, utility assistance, and home repairs. By integrating these efforts, the work group enhances the effectiveness of each service, reducing barriers and increasing accessibility for those most in need. By aligning resources, expertise, and innovative solutions, Building Community Together not only improves home safety, efficiency, and comfort, but also strengthens overall community resilience. Through intentional partnerships and a shared commitment to equity and sustainability, the work group enhances the quality of life for residents, ensuring that every household has the opportunity to thrive. The third component of the Green Homes program is our Green Homes Challenge, which is an online program that encourages residents to take small, actionable steps towards a more sustainable lifestyle. As participants complete energy saving, environmentally friendly, or clean energy tasks, they earn points and can become certified as power savers, green leaders, or renewable stars. This program has made a huge impact, and each year We host a recognition event to celebrate those who have made a positive impact on their communities. It's a way to honor those who are leading the charge for sustainability and inspire others to do the same. We also know that cost can be a barrier to sustainability, especially for families with limited financial resources. That is why we've developed green incentives, which are grant funded initiatives designed to reduce or offset the cost of transitioning to a more sustainable lifestyle. Our Power Saver Retrofits program, for example, offers no-cost whole home energy efficiency upgrades and health and safety modifications to low and moderate income households. In addition, we offer appliance replacement rebates through our partnership with the Department of Energy. And these rebates cover up to 65% of the cost of replacing old appliances with Energy Star certified models. For homeowners with septic systems, we also offer a $75 rebate for regular septic pumping, promoting healthier homes and better environmental stewardship. And lastly, we partner with Solar United Neighbors on their Switch Together program. The Capital Area Switch Together program is a regional limited time cooperative purchasing program that enables individuals buyers to band together in order to secure reduced pricing on rooftop solar panels, battery storage, and electric vehicle charging stations. So as we move forward with these programs, one thing is abundantly clear. The work we're doing is not just about feeling good and going green. It's about planning a better future for all of us, where everyone, no matter their background or circumstances, can live in a healthy, resilient community. It includes accessing and adapting to the real challenges we face, such as being prepared for climate-driven heat stress, droughts, and increased flood risks. To be sustainable, we must be prepared. To that end, we are currently embarking on one of our most significant undertakings yet, our community-wide Climate and Energy Action Plan, which will be built with data, technical expertise, and a significant amount of community engagement. This plan will be developed with significant input from the community with a particular focus on engaging with historically underserved and overburdened populations. We'll be hosting over 10 public input sessions in collaboration with local community-based organizations. And this is an example of how we include our residents in shaping policies and plans to ensure that the solutions we implement are equitable and effective. Frederick County, Maryland we're working towards our climate goals with a focus on inclusion, sustainability, and accountability. And I just want to thank you, everyone, for your time today and for your commitment to making our shared environment a better place for all of us.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a great presentation. Very succinct. I love it. So I have a couple of questions. Do you have a few minutes?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Let me so I guess I'm a little curious of your kind of your origin story. And I think of Frederick County, I think of it being kind of rural.
Mhm.
I often travel through Frederick to go to the outlets in Hagerstown. So I'm up and down Route 70 quite often. And so again, I think of it as kind of rural. And it's always great to see someone that's in this space and so committed to the space that looks like me because it's kind of rare.
Mhm.
And wouldn't expect to see someone of your acumen leading in a leadership position in Frederick County. So I'm just curious how you evolved this space from, animal science study at University of Maryland and an MBA as well. How did you land here and yeah, what's the story behind it?
Great question, Aaron. And I live in Hagerstown, so I'm right next to the outlets.
Okay, that's funny.
but but you're spot on. It is a very rural community out here in Western Maryland. And my background is, as you mentioned, I started off in animal science. I wanted to be a veterinarian, and then there was some pivots that had to occur. There was some limiting factors in the vet school sector, and then I pivoted. And my first pivot job was working at a nonprofit that provided weatherization services for a third of the state of Virginia.
Okay.
and I was their administrative operations manager. And so I oversaw all of the eligibility intake and customer service, client coordination, and then invoicing and the administrative backend things. But that was where I was really exposed to how impactful these programs are and how
Hmm.
meaningful and how much they could change a person's life.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I just remember a specific individual. She was an elderly senior lady, and wrote in and mailed in a letter to us. And she just thanked all of us for her assisting her because her utility bills had been like $700 to $900 a month, and she, being on Social Security, could not afford that.
Hmm.
And to see that her utility bills had dropped between $100 and $200, and
Wow.
that I it, to say it was breathtaking was an understatement. But I just always go back to that moment that each of these little impacts, these are people's lives,
Hmm.
and that they really do see this change, and they have, not only are they saving significant money, but they're also having a healthier environment too. And so then, after my time period in Virginia, I got an opportunity with Frederick County. I had a brief stint with the YMCA of Frederick County, where I was their director of membership. And I truly have a passion for nonprofits and for the public service realm. And so I usually tend to live in that area. And so when I worked with the YMCA, it was just nice to connect with the people in Frederick and
Hmm.
just to understand and hear how and see how people just help each other. And you don't, like, you could be pulled over and somebody may pull over and offer to help you and you have no clue who they are. And just this neighborly sense of neighborly and brotherly, like, affection and love. And then I was offered an opportunity with Frederick County government and to build our environmental justice initiatives. Our director interviewed me, and she saw the passion that I have for this field. Um, and there was not an environmental justice initiative prior to me working with Frederick County government. And so I was given that opportunity, and now we're here today, and I think it's doing pretty good.
Well, congratulations on that. I can definitely see, why they chose you for that position. You're about your business, so I appreciate that. So I wanted to kind of delve into, you mentioned kind of health and wellness of being a co-benefit of doing some of the green upgrades. And I'm very into the indoor air quality space. Is kind of where I planted my flag simply because we spend 90% of our lifetimes indoors,
Right,
and 70% of that time is spent inside of our homes,
right.
14, 16 hours a day. And the air quality inside can be up to 100 times worse than outdoors.
Hmm.
So I guess my two questions are, and you know, the number one determinant of health is the home,
It
right?
is.
And so, my question that I have is about, where does indoor air quality play into your sustainability efforts? And then the social determinants of health, where does that factor in
Hmm.
to your mission?
Yeah, so one of our biggest partners to not only our division, but specifically our sustainability and equity related efforts is our health department, specifically their health equity office. And we regularly are discussing with them the social determinants of health. Our programs directly, for example, our Power Saver Retrofits program does health and safety improvements, as I mentioned, and that can include smoke and CO detectors. That includes ventilation of unvented spaces. That includes replacing appliances. And also, when we have the funding, we do electrification, so
Hmm.
removing of fossil fueling HVAC
Hmm.
systems.
Hmm.
And so it does play a huge factor, and something that I have had the opportunity of doing with Frederick County is really highlighting that intersection of sustainability and our public health.
Hmm. Hmm.
And we have partnered on grant applications with our health equity office to really highlight the impacts in that the home environment, the public health component, and the sustainability component, and how it's almost like you can't improve one without the other.
Right. Right. But the interesting thing is that what I found is that if you check the health and wellness of building occupant box, everything
Mhm.
else kind of falls into place.
Yes, it
Whereas you
does.
could have a net zero, passive house
Hmm.
that hasn't had a radon mitigation system
Right.
put in, or has, particle matter that we as humans create from the toaster
We
or
do.
cooking on the stove, right?
Hmm.
Because not all passive houses actually vent to the outdoors, believe it or
Right.
not.
Correct.
So yeah. What about one thing I didn't hear was
Yeah.
what's radon like out your area? I know in my area here in Randallstown, it's very pervasive. I actually come to this space from learning about radon emitting from granite countertops, and we had just renovated
Mm.
our kitchen and added granite countertops. So
Oh, wow.
I bought one of these indoor air quality monitors
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
to measure radon in
Yeah.
my house. And come to find out, we had, 15 to 20
Hmm.
picocuries per liter in our home. The EPA says four,
Yep.
anything above four, you should mitigate. And so,
Right.
what that number means is that, according to the EPA, is that we were smoking 15 to, no, 20
Hmm.
to 40 cigarettes a day. And we've been here for 25 years. And so,
Mm.
we've of course since gotten it mitigated, and I've
Right.
since become an indoor air quality nerd in that regard. But um,
Yeah,
radon is a thing, and it's
it is.
recommended by the EPA that every building be tested, whether it's a home, a business, a school, a
Mhm.
faith-based organization. What's happening with radon out in Frederick?
So in Frederick County, we do have partners that are, as like I mentioned, partners are a big thing for us as we're a small team. We
Hmm.
do have partners that we work with that actually do community education around radon, as well as radon testing and the health and effects and impacts from radon.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say there's a lot of radon out here in Frederick,
Hmm. Hmm.
but not saying it's not. It's probably we're probably average. I would put us in the average.
Hmm. Hmm.
But we still do a lot of community education because it is important that people do know that it exists. We currently do have an outdoor air quality network for particulate matter
Hmm.
2.5. So
Hmm.
we're expanding more into the indoor and outdoor air quality. That was something that our health equity office too, that we partnered on a grant application for. Um, we have a lead and asthma program, and they also do education around radon and indoor air quality. So yes, it is 100% on our radar. We do community education. We partner with our partners on doing education around that, just so individuals are aware of it, something that they can check, and any resources that may be in existence for that as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So the green homes programs and the various initiatives,
Mhm.
are they impacted by the federal kind of executive orders and changes at the federal level, or is this kind of state county funding that's a little bit more less volatile?
So it is yes and no. um, so some of the initiatives are we leverage a lot of different funding sources for the program in its series of initiatives. We have
Hmm.
state funding, we have federal funding, and then we have some of our county owned funding as well. So there are components that have been impacted. For example, we were supposed to be doing a HVAC replacement program that solely focused on electrification. That was funded under the EPA's Environmental Justice Government to Government grant. And due to everything that is happening currently federally, that is on pause until further determination. But
Hmm.
our Power Saver retrofits program that is funded from the state. And
Hmm.
so that has not been impacted, and we're
Hmm.
still able to do things. But obviously, leveraging multiple funding sources, you're able to do more and make more of an impact for a household. So it depends on the program, but overall, we are still, like, for example, our Green Compass and connecting individuals that is still operating today. Our
Hmm.
Green Partners, we still have our partnerships. Our Green Homes Challenge that is still functional. It is still it is a website, it's an online guide, and it is no cost. So that is still operating.
Mhm.
And so the specific, more of the green incentives are what have been impacted
Mhm.
depending on their funding source.
The like 45L and tax incentives, those types of
Hmm.
things. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Hmm.
So then I guess my last question is, on the commercial side of real estate, and last year Baltimore Climate Tech 2024 focused on commercial real estate and the Maryland Climate Solutions Now Act, which is the most aggressive climate law in the country that most building owners and corporate tenants don't know exists.
Hmm.
Um, so we focused on that last year and just,
Okay.
solutions for that. This year, of course, we're focused on healthy, smart, high performance homes, the case for affordability, expansion, and innovation.
Hmm.
And your presentation is right on point. But one of the things that I found on the commercial side is that in the commercial industry, the building industry is kind of the least digitized, declining in productivity, and has a strong resistance to change, and are pretty focused on kind of doing things the same way it's been done for the last like 150 years.
Right.
Um, but on the residential side, what would you say is the biggest barrier to adoption for some of the residents to want to embrace the services that you offer?
Hmm. I would say our biggest barrier that we've seen is awareness. Um, I initially wanted to say cost and financial barriers, but I'm gonna change it to awareness.
Mhm.
Because for us, like I mentioned, we just became a division, and before we were an office of 8, and now we are a division of 24.
Mhm.
And a lot of our efforts are heavily in the community engagement and making sure we're recognizable as a resource. Because right now, even though in the last year we've been at over 41 different events in our community, we still have individuals that come up to us like, oh, I didn't know y'all were a division.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
And so really that community perspective of recognizing that we are a source that you can come to, and getting our name, that's probably our biggest barrier right now, because we do have a solid staff that is passionate about this work that supports our sustainability and equity initiatives. And right right now, for majority of our programs, we have the funding. Um, but it is that just that awareness and just that. And I would say right now, to add on to it, our normal barrier is awareness, but right now it's the cultural and societal kind of conflict happening, is
Mhm.
that there are other priorities.
Mhm.
If individuals are worried about their livelihoods, they're going to prioritize that
Yeah.
over reaching out about getting a solar panel.
Right.
That's
Right.
just being honest, and it is very understandable at
Mhm.
this current time. So I would say those two in this very moment. And I think this is an opportunity for us with the county to connect and with our community and be a pillar of support in the best way that we can. And that's what we're doing. We're reaching out and saying, how can we help?
Well, I can say that they've chosen no better person to lead this initiative. So thank you for that. I'm not a Frederick County resident, and some people might be watching this like, hold on, I thought this is the Baltimore Climate Tech. Why is Frederick County a part of this? But I think it's pretty obvious that they're kind of leading in this sector, both nationally and statewide. And so I think you serve as a great example of kind of what could be done. I love the green. Was it the Green Homes Challenge?
Yes.
I love that idea as well. Is there anything that I didn't ask you, or anything that you want to mention before we close out?
No, I just appreciate this opportunity, Aaron. And I did want to actually, yes, I do have something to mention.
Yeah,
We
sure.
had Baltimore County's sustainability team come visit us last week, and so Baltimore County is definitely going to be have their own sustainability champions rallying for them coming up. So keep an eye out.
Nice, nice. So do you get a lot of that? Do you get different jurisdictions that either within the state or across the country that come and visit and want to kind of see what you guys are doing?
I definitely have had individuals and jurisdictions, community people, orgs, etc., reach out and are interested. They're expressing interest, like, "Hey, how do you do this?" And
Hmm. Hmm.
so, which I love. I think, hey, we can work on this together. It's going to take all of us, so we should all be working on it. So if anybody is interested in hearing more about any of the programs that I talked about or our initiatives, I'm always up for a quick Zoom call or a phone call, or just an email conversation as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your subject matter expertise and your thought leadership on the topic and all the work you're doing out in Frederick County. And maybe I'll bump into you at the outlets in Hagerstown sometime.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right. Bye-bye.